Chess is more than a game. It's strategy, it's intelligence, it's friendship. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my channel. The game has just begun.
Hi chess friend, I'm here to show you the game number 9 that was played in World Championship Carlsen Nepomniachtchi. In this game, Carlsen plays with the black pieces and Nepo with white pieces. Nepo is down 2 points, so he has to try to do something of new. He has to react. Nepo opens with c4, a new opening is his World Championship. e6 by Carlsen, g3 by Nepo, and d5 by Carlsen. Bishop g2, d4, and knight g3 by Nepo. Knight c6 by Carlsen and castle by Nepo. Bishop c5 and d3. Knight f6 and knight d2. a5 and knight b3 attacking the bishop. Carlsen retreats the bishop, bishop a7 and e3. Here Carlsen plays d capture for e3, and in this position we have a completely new game. Bishop capture for e3 and knight g4 by Carlsen. Carlsen now has only one piece to develop, this bishop. Then he will castle, so and the rook will develop. So it's important to develop this bishop, and Nepo has done the development of all his pieces and he has already castle. With this move, Carlsen attacks the bishop of Nepo. Nepo plays bishop c5. He don't want to trade the bishop for the knight, he wants to trade the bishop for the bishop. Here Carlsen castle, and here Nepo plays d4. You don't play this because here's the queen develop and no problem. So d4 by Nepo and a4 by Carlsen and attacks this knight. Here Nepo captures the bishop, bishop for e7, queen for e7 and knight c5. Nepo has done this because you can't retreat the knight, it's a passive move, so you can't do this. You have to get free some square, so the best move is this: bishop capture, queen capture and knight c5. This is an excellent square for the knight. a3 by Carlsen. This pawn is pushed to ruin the structure pawn of Nepo. b for a3 and rook d4 by Carlsen. Rook d8 by Carlsen, putting pressure on d4, on d pawn on d4. Here Nepo has 7 pawn, Carlsen 6, but this is a temporary sacrifice, so Carlsen will gain soon the pawn. Knight b3 by Nepo, defending the pawn, and here Carlsen retreats the knight on f6. Rook e1 by Nepo and queen a3 by Carlsen, and now 6 pawn for part. Queen e2 by Nepo and h6, typical move to prevent knight g5. h4 by Nepo and bishop d7, developing the bishop. Knight e5, and here Carlsen retreats the bishop. queen e3 and queen b4 by Carlsen. Rook b1. This move is to move the knight with the time and attack the queen. So Carlsen here before capture, knight 45 and d45 attacking the knight and knight g4 attacking the queen of Nepo. Here Nepo retreats the queen and here Carlsen capture. Here you could do something, but there is no way here to use this discover. You lose only a pawn, and here the knight can't move, so it's not useful. You can move never, so there is nothing here in this position. So the best move is simply come back with the queen, and Nepo does it, and here Carlsen capture. Rook capture 41, defending the pawn, and h5 defending this knight by Carlsen and prevent h5 of Nepo. Here bishop capture on b7 for Nepo, gain another pawn. We are 6 against 5 and attacking the rook, so Carlsen here moves the rook and play rook a4. With this move attacks the pawn, and Nepo here has to react. In this position you could play, you should leave the pawn. You should leave the pawn and you could play move like bishop f3 or bishop g2 and come back with the bishop. You can control the move of computer. For example, computer suggests move like this, for example f6 and knight come back, okay, and then bishop retreat, so a nice square for the bishop. And you lost a pawn, but here Nepo plays c5, and c5 is a bad mistake. A bad mistake by Nepo. And if you want to try to find the best move for Carlsen in this position, stop the video. And it's a bad blunder by Nepo, and you can find it. Here Carlsen plays simple c6. And why this move? c6. Carlsen here is winning in this position because bishop cannot escape. He can't go on a6, there is a rook. On a8, rook always, here rook, and the pawn is defended by the bishop, so has no square, and how can save it is not possible. Here Nepo plays f3, Carlsen retreats the knight, knight h6, and rook e4 by Nepo. Here Carlsen continues the attack to hit the bishop and plays rook a7 attacking the bishop. Bishop has no square, so Nepo try to defend rook b4 but follow rook b8, and now this bishop, you can't defend this bishop simply. There is no pieces that can defend this bishop. We have these two rooks that attack this bishop and only one rook that defend, so this bishop is lost. Here Nepo decide to play a4, and here Carlsen captures the bishop. Rook 4 b7 and rook b6 by Nepo. You could play simple capture, but this move is to try to find a most active square for the knight. Nepo here prefers to play this move and here Carlsen capture. Nepo captures the pawn, c4 b6, rook for b6. Here Nepo plays knight c5 in a more active square for the knight, but knight f5 by Carlsen centralizes his knight. Now has some nice square, for example on d4, on e3, or the threatening on g3. So a5 by Nepo, trying to push his pawn. Here Carlsen come back with the rook, rook b8, and a6 by Nepo. Nepo he's trying to use the only advantage that he has in this position, his pawn, but Carlsen now to stop it. So knight capture for g3, gain another pawn, and here Nepo plays knight a4. Here Carlsen push, knight c5, and now you have two choices. You can push, and here Carlsen can move the rook, and when follows this you can play this variation, but in this position you can't play this final 5 pawns against 3 with a bad structure. Here is a completely winning for Carlsen. So Nepo choose the other possibility and plays knight after c5, plays knight, play before a7, and after rook d8 plays knight capture for c5. Why Carlsen has pushed his pawn before? To get free the bishop. This is the reason. In this way the bishop can come to c6 and guard the pawn, preventing the promotion on a8. So this is a good move. Okay, knight for c5 and rook a8 by Carlsen. And yeah, it's sad, but this is the end of the game. Nepo has blundered. He's one of the strongest players in the world, but it's so difficult when you are so psychologically down, and it's normal. Carlsen after the game number 6 is in a huge advantage, and actually Carlsen has 6 points and Nepo only 3. The first player that reached 7.5 points is officially winner. So this is a game 9, so Nepo has no time, he has to win a lot of time, and yeah, obviously it's terrible difficult, and I'm sad for Nepo because he is in a bad moment, really bad moment psychologically, and it's sad plays this type of game in the World Championship, and I'm near, and I hope that after this championship he will win again, because he is so strong, he is a creative player, he plays innovation, a game with innovation, so I love his game. I hope that he will be ready again after this terrible tournament. In the first part, for 6 games, Nepo has played his real level, and he show us how much is strong. So I want to do some congratulations to Nepo, and obviously for Carlsen that is so strong. And thank you for watching my video. I hope that you enjoy, and see you soon when will be the game number 10. So I hope that you will remain with me for this championship chess. Thank you, and if you like it, subscribe to my channel. You have only to click on the red bar subscribe, and thank you very much, and bye.